Hello, everyone. Welcome into my Lightbox right away today. I had an amazing night last night. I got to see a few of my friends that I haven't seen for a long time. I've I've been kind of re-energized in many ways, and I thank you all again for being here on this incredible journey with me. So today I'm going to talk about some charm bracelets, but before I get to that, you always want to know what I'm wearing. I decided to wear my lapis ring today, lapis, diamond, and sapphire, and I love that ring. And then my snake and turquoise and sterling silver ring, and I love this because even the bezel had little stamp work on it, and I love the split shank, of course. So that was incredible, and the snake is riveted right into the turquoise. Absolutely exceptional. And my normal bracelets, the modernist one and the turquoise one. So I have those on today. And necklaces, we won't get into that because it'll take too long, but we're going to dive right into this. And the reason I show you these bracelets is many of you have asked on certain pieces in my collection, and charm bracelets have kind of been a fan favorite for a while. So these were all, I think I have, in my collection, I think I have 18, nope, I have 19 sterling silver charm bracelets that I put together. I think three were already together. So I put together 16, and yes, 16 I put together and three were assembled by me. Let me zoom in on this a little bit more. There we go. So this one I had put together, I believe in, oh boy, it's probably about 16 or 17 years ago. But I liked all of these charms for a different reason. And let me kind of shift this around this way. Let me do it this way for a reason. I think that makes a little bit more sense for me. All right, so we have a good luck elephant, and I guess I could probably, yeah, I could do it this way. We have a good luck elephant, and then we go into an amazing, huge four-leaf clover. That one's vintage by a mile, probably, I would say probably late 40s, early 50s. And some of these I think were pendants. This is a little lantern with a candle on the inside. I love the design of that. And then this one is just a good luck disc that had room for initials. Again, I'd never cleaned my silver. Look at these, the dancing couple from like, the swing era. I mean, like rockabilly these days. A beautiful tankard, and I liked the ones that were articulating, that actually had movable parts. This one was Happy Birthday. I loved this one because the construction and the way the Happy Birthday is raised above that dome. I thought the construction and the design of that was stunning. And again, that was most of these are probably circa late 1940s, maybe in through the 70s, is most on this bracelet. And I think that's true for all the bracelets I'm going to show you today, with maybe a few exceptions that were slightly earlier. Statue of Liberty, loved it. I was, proud to be an American, obviously. Love it. This is a bunny rabbit with little Easter eggs in a basket. That one's sterling silver. This I loved, a Cocker Spaniel with this kind of bright cut border. I loved that dog. I've never had a Cocker Spaniel, but, and that might be a Springer Spaniel. No, that's definitely going for Cocker Spaniel for sure. The ear and the tail, yeah, that's definitely more Cocker Spaniel. But I'm sure someone out there will say, no, it's an English Springer Spaniel. And I'll say, okay, it is. Settle down. We have an enameled bluebird. Here I go. Enameled bluebird. We have a stock certificate. And I thought that was really neat. I've never been in the stock market, but I just thought that was really cool. And then this one, like a roulette wheel. And I thought maybe, the other one I have spins. That one doesn't. This is just awesome. It's a old coin that was then hand pierced out with a jeweler's saw and turned into a pendant. And I loved that it was in a way double-sided. The words on that side and this beautiful phoenix stylized bird. Look at how detailed that is. So that was a yes. Playing cards and Oh yeah, this was a this was a 6 pack of Coke that was sterling silver, and that's by Danecraft. Isn't that a riot that Danecraft made a 6 pack of Coke back in the day? So there's that one. So that's the first one that I assembled, and this was just out of charms that I really liked, that I just thought were different and cool and unique. And I chose the bracelet because I love these kind of double linked vintage bracelets that had the lock and clasp that was, you know what the clasp looks like. Well, you know, it's just the little thumb screw and the thumb clasp on the other side, but kind of hidden because with all that on there, you didn't really notice a clasp. And I balanced these quite well. So I would put them together and see how they worked before I soldered the jump rings closed. And this was balanced very well. So it didn't spin a lot when you'd wear it. Sometimes when you have a heavy charm on a bracelet, it always sinks to the bottom of your wrist. It gets quite annoying. Anyways, so there's that one. And thank you again for joining in. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to put that one back in its bag. And again, I really appreciate y'all being here. Gosh, I really do. We'll go with this one next because this one was one of the exceptions. This one was already together. And it's a Native American bracelet, themed bracelet. And it has the old kind of sister hook. They called this the sister hook because it was like a bypass. I believe that's what they called it. Some people call it a shepherd's hook. Some people call it the sister hook because it's like a bypass. So you would put the jump ring through here and then put it on one side and then close this. It's like a friction style. So you would close this and then the jump ring would hold that shut, because then it can't come open again once the jump ring is in there. And yeah, so this one here, I'll lay it out. Ooh, so much dirt on some of these. So I'll lay that out and I'll just let you take that in for a minute. So that basically is sterling silver, and it was put together right around late 1930s, early 1940s, tourist trade with people that would come into the Southwest and want to bring home a charm bracelet. There was a bell, and these are common charms. There was a kind of a bypass or a double spout. Bypass is on my brain now. A double spout pot with an engraving, and then we have some chaps, and then we have a little papoose, a little baby in a bundle, and then we have a beautiful early turquoise. And look at that bezel, how old the bezel is. It's kind of bypassed on the sign yet again. Both sides of the bezel go over each other and then soldered together. So an arrowhead, and I loved the hammered surface on this, making it look like a chipped and carved and beautiful flint arrowhead. Then we have a lasso, and we have a bundle of twigs. Really neat design on that. Loved that. I thought that one was super cool. A tom-tom drum, so rawhide, mimicking rawhide with like the sinew on the sides of a drum. And then a beautiful cowboy boot. There's a butterfly, that's a butterfly on the one side. I thought it could be a moth. And then this, Fred Harvey era, I feel about terms like that, but a Fred Harvey era stylized Thunderbird with stamping on a heart. This one I've always loved. Looks like a coma pottery. It's a bowl, but it's made out of sterling silver, and the stamp work kind of undulates across the surface. And look how small that is. Why I loved such charm bracelets is, I've always said it before, it's sometimes easy in silver to make things really big. It's really difficult to make them small, and to put such detail on the surface, like that rope twist around the armholes of this vest and the little tiny pockets. I was fascinated by the detail of most of these things. A stirrup, fantastic. I never quite understood the skull, and he has a movable jaw. It's like, I'm not sure why I'm here. I don't know what my problem is in these videos, but I probably lost three more subscribers. And to all my friends on YouTube, all the other fellow YouTubers in my community, I really appreciate your support. We really do make a heck of a great team on here, and I just wanted to, I wish I could shout out everybody every single time, because you know how much I love you guys. because I do. This chief, this Native American chief, and then, of course, you'd have to have a totem pole. So these effigies, like the eagle, and probably, there's always usually like a badger or what do they call that? Oh, a beaver sometimes. But yeah, this is great. I loved the surface of that. And I love the wear pattern across this whole bracelet. A bag of gold, of course. You know, this kind of old style money bag labeled with gold. A cowboy hat. Why not? Of course, a cowboy hat. And look at the construction of some of these. And then the, firearm in its beautifully chased and engraved kind of holster. And then a headdress with this movable feather off the back. I thought that was really interesting. And then I never knew if these were, some people say teepee, and then I think some people say wigwam. I'm not sure exactly what I'm allowed to say. I'll just say, a Native American structure with a beautiful bezel set turquoise stone, just because I don't want to get in trouble. No one likes to be in trouble. And then this one says Phoenix. And so that specific charm was from Phoenix, Arizona, and marked sterling silver. So here we go. And then the chain, or the bracelet that is on, is beautiful and old as well. But I loved, look at the oxidation and the honest wear pattern across the surface of this. Again, when people say, why don't you clean your silver? I go, ta-da, like that, because the reason I don't clean my silver, if you did, this warmth, this wear, this history, this beauty, it wouldn't be there. And the detail on this hammered surface, and this detail of the binding of that fabric, and the scroll work on the back of the vest, and the list rolls on, it wouldn't look the same. It wouldn't read the same. Could you lightly polish this? Sure, if you wanted to. It's mine and I'm not going to polish it. I'm just going to wear it and enjoy it. And again, this looks like this from having it, I think I've owned this one for 18 years, maybe 20 years. No, yeah, actually it's been more than 20 years I've owned this specific one. And I used to wear this all the time. I loved the size of it. I love the quality of it. And that noise that it makes. That beautiful noise that it makes. Sometimes that would bother me, like unnecessary noise sometimes bothers me, but that one I loved. So all right, we've got now 2 down, and we only have 5 more to go. I need to step on it. This one, I really didn't want to show this one right now because this is one of my favorites, and I usually save a favorite for the end, so please stay tuned in this video. Don't go anywhere, because the other ones coming up are some of my most favorite charms. And this was a religious themed one, but oversized charms. Look how gigantic some of these are. So we'll go charm by charm. So we have this beautiful cross with all of these icons all the way around. Joseph, and I believe probably St. Christopher, and the Virgin Mary. And I loved these. I just loved these. And this one's by Creed, sterling silver. Look at the link of the bracelet with that amazing detail work. And look at that link. I, as a metalsmith today, wouldn't want to make this for really any amount of money, because this is a lot of silver and a lot of handwork to solder all this together. So we have this one, which is a gigantic medallion, and I believe this is referring back to a painting, I think by Raphael, and I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong on that. I used to know this painting, and now it's a frequently reproduced painting. So please, look that up. You don't have to put it in the comment section, because of course I'll forget it for the next time I see it anyway. It used to be in my mind, and now it's completely gone. Sterling silver. I'm not focused on who did the original. I'm focused on how incredible that is for a charm, and look how gigantic. So that had to go on. The Virgin Mary on Immaculate Mother on this fantastic mother of pearl inset in sterling silver, and she's riveted through. And again, I just straighten her out a little bit. I really loved the design of that one, so that was a yes. I had collected religious charms for a very long time, and I think I covered that before. I don't stop at any religion when it comes to rescuing and saving our past. I just don't stop at any of them. This I loved. Talk about a stunner. that to me, someone wore this so much. They wore the details off of the face and the high points, and that is just absolutely beautiful and breathtaking. Love that. And then I always loved these ones that swiveled open. I know these have a name, and of course, here we go again. I'm blanking out because I just get lost in the beauty. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's perfectly fine that when I turn the camera on sometimes that I'm not perfect. It's just sometimes the words don't come, but sterling silver, hand chased on the outside, and then cast elements on the inside with these relics and these icons, if you will. This one's beautiful. I love the bright cut on the dress and around the outside in this cavernous, just amazing. This is Creed sterling. Again, someone's probably going to be really really familiar with that as a famous image. And I just say, I don't mind. It's beautiful. And the Holy Spirit in the center of this one was the reason why I went after this. And I think the detail on the outside of the cross, just amazing. St. Christopher and St. Joseph. So I was right on the earlier one. I guess I'm still a good Catholic. I said Joseph and Joseph and St. Christopher. So this is amazing, amazing, amazing. Look at that expression and the warmth of her face, and just such the healing vibe. And this is Infant of Prague. And at least I knew it as Infant of Prague. And I loved the ornateness of this, and I love this. And I imagine that is like the world there in the hand, and the detail of the outfit, and that's open scroll on the outside, and then of course this one, the expression there. And these do get me, they get me going sometimes. I wore this for many, many years through college, and I loved that. And when I would put that one on, here, I'll zoom back out just a little bit. I just took my cuff off. Zoom back out a little bit. There we go. And then, you'll see my wonderful tan line on my wrist, but didn't matter to me. And I used to clasp this, right there. And I think maybe I'll leave that one on. Yeah, maybe I will for the rest of the video. Maybe I'll leave that one on. I think I'm going to put it on. If you all don't mind the slight delay, I think I am going to clasp this and put this on. Here, you can look at my turquoise cuff while I do that. This one, I think this one took me, the one I'm putting on right now, I think it took me about, it took me about 7, no, here I go fighting with myself. It took about 7 or 8 years to find enough charms to do this one, because, I was picky. I was selective. I still am, for that matter. And it took me 7 to 8 years to put that one back on. But I got it on. See, persistence is key in life. But I loved the hidden clasp, too, that went in there. And I loved the size of this. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that on. You know what? I might leave that on all day tomorrow. All right, yeah. I'm gonna put my turquoise cuff out of the way. So thanks for letting me get dressed for tomorrow's jewelry outfit. And then this one, I guess we may as well stay on. No, I'm gonna do this one next. Here we go. So this is the loved theme one, and this is the loved themed one. And why I put this one here is it's all about love. So you might say to yourself, well, why are there hourglasses? Well, sometimes love runs out. It does. It's true. And then, happy face and NASA. Why? Because sometimes love is out of this world. So, and then I had playing cards because sometimes love is a gamble. So I put this one together of all, anything that I thought was appropriate. And an hourglass, because like I said, love is sometimes fugitive and sometimes runs out. I think it's always there. A hand, because in the Victorian times, hands are about love. The heart clasp right here that goes into where you click the box clasp in, where you move this around all the way on this other end. As all these terms, they're so full they always get tangled, but then, that snaps into there. So we'll leave that clasped, I guess. The I love you spinners, let me see if I can do this on camera. Yeah, see how it says, watch this. See how it says, whoops, 12 hours later, as I lose everybody. Oh, come on, focus, camera, focus. Here. It says, I love you. And when you spin it, it says, Trust me, it does. It says, I love you. But I loved these spinners, and that one's sterling. And that one's classic late 50s, early 60s, a puffy heart that is more turn of the century. And then the block style love. I always thought that 60s, 70s style love with the big L made me happy. Faith, hope, and charity. So the heart, the cross, and the anchor, faith, hope, and charity. Says love as well in my mind. Key to my heart, enamel. And then this awesome pink hourglass in sterling silver. And the sand does run in all of these. So the sand does run. Oh, it used to on that one. I don't know. I'll have to. Oh, yeah, it's trying. All right, that's trying. This is a champagne bucket with a champagne bottle and little rhinestones. Look at that, like little rhinestones down in there with that little green enamel bottle. How sweet is that? And I guess if you'd like in the comments, you could say maybe which one of your charms was your favorite, or maybe you could say what bracelet was your favorite, or you could just ask me a question and I will get to responding. I have to say, I really appreciate your patience with me sometimes. Life sometimes isn't necessarily slow for me, just like anybody else, and I just appreciate your kindness in letting me respond. Sometimes it takes a day or two, and I also want to sometimes swim through the loving comments, and I once I respond to them, then they don't vanish, but then I don't see them as like I didn't respond. So like my homework isn't there anymore, so sometimes I read something 4 or 5 times, and that's my right, because it's my channel, and sometimes I want to swim through the comments, and I want to feel that love that you give to me so selflessly. You really do supply me with amazing feelings and truthful emotions, and thank you so much. I just gotta say, it really does matter to me, so thank you for all the comments. Sweetheart on this one with the enamel in sterling, and then another hourglass in sterling, and that one does, yeah, look at that one races. It's like, hurry up. That other one was a little slow, because sometimes love takes time, right? So maybe the pink one I won't worry about. That pink one that's like, quote, broken, I won't worry about that, because sometimes love takes time. Sometimes love gets stuck too. So it stalls out, but chattering teeth, because don't listen to what people tell you, feel their love, I guess. Sweets for the sweet, and this was just too cute because it has a piece of paper inside that looks like little chocolate candies. Sweets for the sweet, and a lot of times, way back when, they would give candy to the people that they loved as a display of affection. And these are the 3 blind mice, because like I said before, love is blind. Love really is blind, and love is a gamble. It's a little Bakelite dice inside of this clear charm, a heart and a key, playing cards, because like I said, love is a gamble. And this, I think this was in my, I put this one together in my mid-20s, so I think the sarcasm on some of these was because I was a little jaded, and we have Cupid with Cupid's arrow. Some were traditional, so hey, faith, hope, and charity again. So it's like, hey, faith, hope, and charity, anchor, puffy heart, and cross. And then this beautiful and happy smiling face from the 60s. And then another champagne bottle, because it's a celebration, love is a celebration. This one, diamonds are a girl's best friend. And, they're a boy's best friend too. Absolutely. This one is another love with an enamel in red. The ice cream one always got me. So someone always said, why do you have this little ice cream one on? Well, you remember in the 50s, 50s and maybe even 60s, when you'd, go on a date, your first date, and you went to the, ice cream parlor. Well, I mean, now that's kind of, passe, but look at this little ice cream cart. When you open this, it doesn't want to open. Yeah, when you open this, look, there's a little enamel clover and a little enamel heart. Look at the attention to detail on that, and that the wheels move, the wheels spin on this little ice cream cart. And then you snap that shut. I just loved that little hidden message of luck and love. Anyways, I hope you're all sticking through this video, because I told you there's going to be a lot of things. Handcuffs. Don't get any ideas on that one, because that's not why they're on there. And then NASA, the enamel NASA, because love is out of this world. So yeah, there we go. And I loved that loved theme. I don't know. It was refreshing, and it didn't, I guess the way I put this together, it didn't feel real like fakey greeting card love. It felt like how love actually is in real life. And I put it on a double link bracelet from the 50s and 60s, but all sterling silver. And I loved that one, no pun intended. I love that. And I wore that a lot. So we'll put that one away, and then we'll get to, I only have three more. And it feels like, we've been here for just a few minutes. I always lose track of time. This is another religious one, and this one, when I unwrapped this one the other night, it took me a little while to find all these because they were spread out and three were in storage. And anyways, I got a little emotional on this, and I think it's because when I put some of these together, people usually put these together to document their travel, and I put these together to document my travel in my life. And that's, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I'm going to. This one was St. Christopher, be my guide, and it was, he's the patron saint of travel, airplane and a car, like old time, old school. And I picked a very plain bracelet for this one because I wanted it to be all about the charms. And this one's just exceptional. And there's always something on the back of these, whether it just be the little signature, Immaculate Mother again, yeah, so we'll just kind of sneak through, and I don't think I'm going to say too much on these. I'm just going to let the energy and the beauty tell the rest of the tale, because I think this one, when I wore this bracelet, it was, it was in my early 20s. And my early 20s, boy, they were a little tough sometimes. Saint Sebastian had always been my favorite saint, and for the rightful reason of, well, if you look up Saint Sebastian and you want to learn more, so I'll leave that kind of unsaid. Let me straighten this out a little bit. There we go. A gigantic Virgin Mary. Love this. And they came from all different, Christian, Methodist, Catholic, Apostolic. It never, it just didn't, I didn't care what religion, what do they say, denomination, or however they word it, however human words get in the way of faith. I just ignored all of it, and I loved this with the Sacred Heart. I love the kind of rococo or curvilinear border. There's that. St. Lucy. I tried to get almost every saint, and I probably would be bankrupt if I tried to get every sterling silver saint medal that was ever created. And I always went for this equalized style cross. I think people have misunderstood that that's a bad symbol. No, that's a really powerful, good symbol. And when other people take symbols and use them for other reasons, we have to take them back. And I've said that before, and I'll say it again. I'm not afraid to say that because I'm not afraid of faith. I'm not afraid of religion. And I don't think anyone should be. So anyways, we're not here to talk about stuff like that, but I'm here to show you what I personally had. I love this one. Look at the wear pattern. How could you not love that, And how could you not appreciate that someone wore that for so long? This one was always a favorite. She is absolutely beautiful, and he is just as handsome on the back, and I love that. And we keep going, and hopefully the video is not too shaky, but here I am standing on one leg again, like a flamingo. If you saw what I was doing right now for this video, like the light box is propped up on almost a telephone book. Do you guys remember telephone books? Way back in the day when there was actually a thing called a phone book. And probably if anyone is younger than 30 here, they're like, what's a phone book? Well, it's what you prop your light box up on when you're a hoarder and when you don't want to hurt your back. St. Jude, here I go, here I go. I can only last so long in these and not completely come unraveled. I think you all wait for about the 25-minute mark because something's going to happen. It's true. I'm surprised I'm able to last 20 minutes. St. Anthony. These, and this is the Pieta, and I think it's marked on the back. Yeah, Pieta. I love that. Vatican Pavilion, the World's Fair. Wonder if there was a World's Fair now, if they would let such things be shown. Interesting question, huh? Our Lady of the Snow, pray for us. Snows, pray for us. I don't know who she is, but there is a shrine to her. Look at that shrine as a modernist marvel. That's incredible. Makes me want to go there and see those. Let me know if anyone has ever been to this in Bellevue, Illinois. I think maybe I'm taking a day trip. I think I'm going to go see this building in real life. That would be amazing if I did a video on me restudying something from when I was, 18 or 19 or 20 years old, and visiting this place that, I had on a bracelet for so long and then didn't really take the time to look at it. And wow, I might need to go there. There's probably a reason that I need to go there. All right. Well, I'm going to look into that. Sorry to be distracted by something like that, but there's a message there, and I'm glad I'm man enough and strong enough to listen. All right, we've got two more, and then we're going to call today. This one, you're probably all going, what in the heck? Well, I could go from religion to, again, back to tribal, Native American, and I please ask for forgiveness when, earlier in one of my videos, I did say Indian because when I was in school, we were taught about cowboys and Indians, and I never thought it was a derogatory name. And so I'm trying to, at 50, I'm trying to retrain myself to say, Native people, indigenous tribes, indigenous people to the United States. I love Native jewelry. And, I did say Native American for a while, and I just ask for a little social grace. I don't think that when someone like me, says something like that, it's just because I'm trying my best to, navigate it in my own mind and retrain my mouth sometimes. And I thank all of you for that because I have always said, with me, I could be easily offended by some things that people have said for the last 50 years. And I never was, because I didn't let that define me. I didn't let someone else define me. This is actually Mexican, so that's not Southwestern. Well, I mean, let's say it's Mexican. Okay, I'm not going to say anymore. And then this one's Zuni and fantastic. I think this was a Milagro, actually. Yeah, Mexican Milagro on that one. And a Zuni Sunface, and then another either wigwam or teepee, or I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say, a cowboy boot. Why I put this together was because I revered the Native American tribes out west, and turquoise. And look, there's a cowboy. Am I allowed to call him a cowboy? I don't know. He's on a horse. Is he a horse boy? Here I go. Not going well. This one's turquoise and bezel set. And then this one is a baby's ring, but I didn't know what to do with a baby's ring. So I stuck it on this amazing bracelet, and then more turquoise and little turquoise, dollops and little pieces I didn't know what to do with because we all get those. I think these were like single earrings, and I think, oh, I'll save them. And I had a pile of single earrings. This one's an opal, and I loved that. That was just a necklace pendant, but I thought, no, I'm putting it on here. Bow and arrow, and a spur with the rowel. Fantastic, early. Again, Fred Harvey in style, with the stamp work and being from the 1920s, 1930s. On this bracelet, they varied from the 20s and 30s all the way up to about the 70s. This one is probably labeled where it's from. Does that say... What does that say? Something wild? I don't know. You probably read it. Someone's going to put it in the comments. Squash blossom with bezel set, turquoise stones. Beautiful. This one doesn't belong on here. I'm not going to talk about this one because, well, no. I said that wrong. I chose the wrong human words again because I was derailed. This one belongs on here because it's my bracelet and my story. But this is actually... this, we'll get into this. This, I believe, is a cob, which is a silver coin from the, I think, late 1600s. But I thought that was trade, like native, indigenous people trade at the time. And no, so that one doesn't belong on this with an ear of corn. down here. But it belongs on here because it's my story and it's my bracelet and it told my story of my youth, and how I kind of formed what I've done. And this kind of dictates what I've been able to accomplish over the years. This one, part of what I've been able to accomplish over the years. This one is Scottsdale, Arizona. Look at its little skull, little cow skull. So adorable. Look at the detail of how small that is. Boy, are my fingers dirty. Cactus on there. Another baby ring because I wanted to balance this out. Look at the turtle with the turquoise belly. Loved it. Turquoise shell, I should say. A Kachina doll. Lasso, a cowboy hat, a bell with turquoise, a thunderbird, another thunderbird. I thought these were, I guess why I put this together is because I really did love the Native American culture and design. This one's 1975, so someone stamped that on there, the date that they had that. So that was 1 year before I was, 1 year after I was born. Interesting. Probably put that on there because it was right around when I was born. A bell with turquoise again, and I love this one. It says, how appropriate for this last week, don't fence me in. And then this little fence opens. And, you know, there's, well, nothing inside because the energy and the entity broke out of there. Don't fence me in. And isn't that true? Don't fence me in. Turquoise and red coral. And that was a pendant off of a bolo. So one was missing and then the guy just basically gave me that. Oh, is that signed? Yeah, it is. What is that signed? Zuni. And I'm glad I didn't call it Navajo. Oh yeah, it is signed Cecilia Nieto. Does it say Dave? Dave and Cecilia Nieto? Zuni. Yeah, that's incredible. I never noticed it was signed before. But again, if I clean that, that would, you know, be gone. Ooh, look at that little cross I missed. How did I miss that one? And look at that turquoise I missed. Oh, I love that stone. See, I haven't seen these for a long time. That one's more commercial. This one's newer and commercial, but I needed a cross on there. And I loved my little pots like I discussed earlier. A Liberty dime that was cut out. Mercury, Liberty dime, Mercury dime. And then I put this little step-down turquoise on there. Oh, and what is that little doohickey? What is this little doohickey stuck underneath there? See, there's so many layers to these that... Oh, yeah. Loved this. I think that one, yeah, sand cast, and it was $1.25. For that little charm, $1.25 way back in the day. I loved that as an effigy. I loved that. So there's that one, and look how big. Again, I had that affection for loading them up, and I think I'm gonna wear this one tomorrow. I think I'm gonna wear this one tomorrow too. Look how big it is. Look how cool and how big, and that it all kind of. You see something new every time someone goes to touch this. You see something new every single time you see a new charm. And I love this bracelet. I love that bracelet. And thank you for bearing with me in, you know, my transition of maybe saying things more appropriately, you know, and I appreciate, you know, allowing people to grow in life, you know, and not judging them. This is the final one for the day. This is the final one. And this one sounds like, well, it sounds like heaven, is what it sounds like. And this one, it does get me a little emotional too. As a sterling silver charm bracelet, it's as loaded as I could make it. And these were all charms that really meant something to me on a whimsical level. I love their construction. I love that someone loved them. And this made me feel like I traveled the world. It made me feel like I went everywhere important. And some of them are incredible. And I'll just leaf through very, very quickly. And then we can bring this back in another video eventually because I do need to go eat dinner tonight. But I'm so relaxed these days. Football. And again, we'll get into why. And then an Akron University banner, a little enameled blue dog that I just loved. That was probably off of a child's bracelet, but a little blue enameled dog. And again, all these are sterling. This one is a famous sculpture, and I forget where this one was. Let's see here. This one says, Why can't I, oh, that's the Picasso sculpture. Okay. So yeah, famous sculpture. Glad I said, glad I said famous, but that's a Picasso modern sculpture that I believe is very, very large in real life, but it's sterling, so someone traveled there to see it and bought that. This has a piece of Czechoslovakian glass as the globe in sterling silver, and again, I loved it because it moved. Look at the heft of this bracelet, this kind of almost 6 rows of silver rings soldered together. This one, oh, it was the Ohio with the good luck horseshoe. I loved the Ohio charm with the good luck horseshoe. Another pierced out Mercury head dime. A crate of oranges from California. A lot of my friends were in California, and I put that on here to remember them by. An American flag, because I'm for sure proud of being an American. And I won't say any more on that. I will go to the gambling one-armed bandit, a cactus, and an enameled clover. Love that beautifully engraved clover. This always had me intrigued, this Buddha, because he has a little trapdoor that opens, and it's marked special. So when has a Buddha never been special? They're all special. And that, to me, was incredibly special. I loved this little Buddha, and look how small. I often wondered what someone put up in there. I mean, I think I know in terms of a little tiny prayer or an offering would go up inside. New York, the Empire State, had a lot of friends in New York. That brought me closer to them and some family. This is a beautiful Schnauzer, very large. Of course, the Statue of Liberty, because I love her. And this one's a Stanhope. So when you look through here, I forget, maybe it was the Pledge of Allegiance that was in there, but that's a Stanhope in the base of the, and I wonder if I could get, no, you can get close on the dirt on my thumbnail and have everyone freak out and say, clean your hands before you do the next video, and me ignore it and say, I don't care. This is Ohio enamel, and look, there's Akron and Cleveland and Columbus, the 3 places that I spend the most of my time. Yeah, Cleveland, Akron, Columbus. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Another clover and horseshoe, Cleveland, because born and raised in Cleveland. It took a while to find that one. What is this one? Oh, it's a little skull. Yeah, I kept this on here because look how soft the finish is on that. Okay, an ear of corn from Bell Trading Post, sterling silver, ear of corn. Because people say like, oh, you're from Ohio? And I go, yeah, I'm from a cornfield, which isn't true, by the way. I was never from a cornfield. A black cat, a lot of sarcasm in my life, apparently. I'm learning more and more about myself as I do these videos, and thank you for letting me share, but I had a black cat. And his name was Shocky, and little Shocky was one of my best friends, and an Essex crystal front view of a fox, and bezel set, and I loved that. A dog in a doghouse, a little terrier. I don't think dogs belong in doghouses, but I always thought it was a cute idea from like way back when. But I believe dogs belong in our houses. I never had a dog outside, ever. I never would do that. I'd put some family members outside. Here I go. Oh God, I'm gonna lose more viewers. This one is a large sterling silver pan of gold, and those little gold nuggets are real. Anyone else in their right mind would have, because those are pretty big, anyone else in their real mind would have cracked that out of there and melted those down and made something out of them. But no, no, no. Look at how cool that is. Someone panned for those, and those are big. You know, those aren't the little chintzy jobbies. This one was wonderful. Let me swivel the bracelet around here. This one was wonderful. And I don't know why I'm yelling. I was like screaming into the phone here for a second. Gold washed on the inside, and then beautifully enameling on the outside. Loved that for Egyptian revival. And I'm sure there was like a little mummy or some little piece in there. Lost to time. I love this angry this angry cop with the I just love that face. That is me some days, because people say you're always so happy. No, that's me sometimes. On very random days, that's me. I think maybe over the last 6 months. Over the last 6 months, that was my face. If someone could ask me, sum up the last 6 months of work, and I would say, right there, that face. It became someone who I wasn't proud of, to say the least. This is garnet eyes and sterling silver and articulated. Really lovely. An ankh, because Who doesn't want eternal life? And a bluebird that I loved, and an enamel clover on this side. See, I kind of try and balance these out. This one is Quad City, and it says Quad City Airport, so that came from an airport, but I love that dog's face. A bulldog who's really mad, but a super sweet. I'm sure that dog would have been super sweet in real life. Just mad to be made into a charm. And then a hand, like a Mexican milagro again, with the infinity symbol in the hand. I loved that one. This was one of my favorites. This was a pencil sharpener, and watch. See the little like grinds in there? The little like disgusting pencil shavings that we all hated when we had mechanical pencil sharpeners like this. Do they even make do they even make pencil sharpeners anymore? I'm sure they do. I don't know. Well, yeah, people still use pencils. What am I thinking? I guess because I keep thinking everyone does everything electric. Look at the little grinds in there. What in earth? You know what I should do? I should do a short feed on that. And people be like, what is that? And yeah, there's like little wood grinds in there. Amazing. Is that what you call them? Oh, no, you call them shavings. Shavings, little pencil shavings. So look at that. I don't know why I put them on there, but whimsical. Another Ohio charm, the Buckeye State. I'm very proud of. Oh, there, and yeah, this guy has a tire because we're known for like the tire capital of the world. Ohio, with the Ohio State colors of the scarlet and gray. That's it, scarlet and gray. And then the Good Luck Horseshoe, and a Capricorn because I'm proud of being a Capricorn and moody and crazy. A dog with a high heel shoe. I don't know, another dog, because I love dogs. I think I wore this to the vet clinic quite a bit. A bear, because I loved black bears. Another Ohio charm. And then this I stuck on here because I wasn't sure what to do with it, but it's like a crossing guard, I think. Like a skull crossing guard. Sterling BMCO. Probably what, English on that, I would guess? Yeah, more than likely. English. A little Chihuahua. Oh, boy. Chihuahuas, it's the only dog that ever bit me at the veterinary hospital. You'd think you'd get attacked by like a Rottweiler or a Pit Bull. Nope. This cute little Chihuahua almost took my arm off the one time. And look, but it was scared, so I forgave him within a second. I think it was a little girl. No, it was a little boy. And he really went after me. But look at this dog. Yeah, a bulldog that you can move in and out of its doghouse. Awesome. And then this Pan Am luggage. Like, I kept it because, like, what on earth? A sterling silver Pan Am luggage charm. Tiny little chip. But, I mean, after all, when you had your luggage go through on the airport, did it ever look better than this? Uh-oh. I'm not going to get any sponsorships from airports. We've got a Good Luck Elephant, a Clover. Thanks for bearing with my humor again. Sometimes it just happens, and today was that day of, I guess, sarcasm. And then I think this one was the happy and sad face. There's the happy face, or the pensive face, thinking, you know. And there's the sad and disgusted face. So I guess I'm gonna leave the video on that because I think I'm out of charms. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm out of charms, but look at the heft of that bracelet. So there we go. All right, that's the final one. You made it. 47 minutes. Okay, so that's my journey through my collecting of some of my charm bracelets. I'm glad I didn't bring on all of them because we would have been here for, I don't know, 7.5 hours. These two never made it on a bracelet. This is ancient Egyptian. And we'll talk about that eventually. I hope I remember to bring this back. But this is actually, in fact, ancient Egyptian. Oh boy, amazing to hold that. Look how dirty my hands are. And then this folded up dollar bill, and I've always loved these. Sometimes it says on the top of it, it'll say, break in case of emergency. It says break in case of emergency, and it's got a little hammer, and then you could like, quote, break the glass to get the dollar out. It's $1 that was folded up. It's probably, that little blue mark, it's probably a silver certificate that someone folded into a tiny little compartment. Look how small that is to get a whole dollar bill into that tiny little box. I love stuff like that. It's just whimsical enough that makes me really happy. So those never wound up on a bracelet, and probably I just felt that they were too fragile. This one's, you know, ancient, and I don't think it should be on a bracelet. I think that should be on a chain, and very protected, very revered, but that's fantastic. All right, so that's it. Thank you so much. You know how I end this. I tell you all the time how much you mean to me, and to all my fellow YouTubers. We make a heck of a great team and a great community, and we all feed from one another, and it's just an amazing thing, and I thank you all so much. You know exactly who you are. I'll give more future shout outs very, very soon. I'm going to get you to some new channels that I haven't mentioned before because I haven't done that in quite a few videos, but just know how incredibly thankful I am for all of you, all of my viewers, all the subscribers. You're all friends and family. Don't forget it for a second. Don't you ever forget that, ever. And you know how I do this. I love you. Mwah! I love you much.